Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead of the Game, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Tyrant's Grasp, our 1st edition adventure that is being repurposed for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Joining me today are my wonderful Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and allow me to do all these cool and crazy and wonderful things. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
Awesome. It is so good to see you guys all. Now, if you are wondering why you are seeing Skelly Dag, everything is fine. I just had a very late night. I was a panelist over on World Anvil for a world building con that they are doing over this weekend, which was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with the publisher and author behind the story engine decks and the world building decks, and I'm like so freaking happy about that. Yeah, we got to build a little campaign setting, which was a lot of fun. But of course, it was, as always, in the wee hours of the Daggerverse, and we've basically established I look like a crack addict right now, so I'm not going to be on camera. I'm going to be Skelly Dag. How am I still awake? Perseverance, IT. That is basically a sheer unbridled perseverance. Basically, at the end of the world, there will be a nuclear apocalypse. There will be 16 cockroaches, me, and Keith Richards. That's basically it. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna all be fighting over the same Twinkie. Okay, that is what'll happen.
Yeah, Keith Richards is going to be around until someone finds his phylactery.
Yeah, probably. Okay. So anyway, I digress. We are here to play Tyrant's Grasp, which is an awesome adventure, and like I said, we are repurchasing it, so there might be a little bit of delays here and there, so do bear with us while we do that, adjusting games from one edition to another, using the modular adventures that are available via Fantasy Grounds. Can be a little bit tricky at times, so yeah, thank you for your stuff. Hey, what's up, CB Cat and Jazz? Good to see you guys. Cookie, I can see you in chat, you handsome devil, you, and Schoolie, you bloody legend, you. Tired Dag or light sensitive Dag, it's all of the above, honestly, Schoolie. I did see Schoolie had a donation, and we also had a hype train. So real quick, for that hype train, I've already announced the reward, which is going to be 3 scrolls with nothing written on them. Our heroes will be able to use them at any point in time during the adventure to summon the use of a spell equal to of a level equal to half their current level, rounded to minimum 1. We also have a donation from Schoolie, which I saw, and a bunch of people who are subscribing and all that other stuff. Let's see. Hero point for each player. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Schoolie, for that. I'll do that while we're doing the intros and stuff. But before we kick off, we have, of course, our lovely sponsors who keep the lights on, allow us to do all the cool, crazy, and amazing things, and basically just make us look as good as we do. First of all, we have Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork you can see on screen here. All of the character tokens and models are made using Hero Forge to help bring to life these vibrant and colorful characters for our adventures for my players to enjoy. And if you not only want to create and design characters and have them 3D printed, you can go to Hero Forge and have them 3D printed, because they're awesome. Then of course we have Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects. Damn it! Who is opening stuff? Go away. Okay, there we go. We have Fantasy Grounds for the VTT of choice that we have behind us that connects all of my players from around the world onto this game mat, which we use. It has dice, it has rules, it has all the things. So yeah, there's that. Then, of course, we have our lovely friends over at Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects that immerse my players, because every epic game deserves to sound equally epic as well, and that is how we do so. There you go. Now, as always, we'd like to take a moment to introduce to you the characters who will be the vehicles that we traverse this adventure with, starting with none other than Matt from All Things Fantasy. Take it away with Logris.
Good morning. Yes, I play Logris, the squire. So he is a member of the town. He's been trained as a knight, set to protect the town that we are in, Rosler's Coffer. He woke up in a strange location, surrounded by hopefully a bunch of experienced people, because he's a little bit nervous, he's a little bit anxious, and he's a little bit out of his depth. So he's hopefully relying on his his companions to basically work together to get out of wherever we are. One of those, of course, being Reese, played by Laura Burns.
Hello, yes, I am Laura Bones, indeed. I play Reese, who is just a dude. He's lost some stuff, went through a hard time, and now it seems that he might have died, he might not have died, but regardless, there's these old creatures trying to kill him, and he's not very happy about it. But so far they seem to be winning, and he's not very happy about it.
No. I guess it's my turn. I'm playing Karn. I am a spry 240-year-old dwarf who used to be a town guard and is retired with my lovely wife to run the Sword and Board Inn. Um, Not particularly happy about being adventuring again, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. Get dust off, get the rust off, hit things with my hammer, hit things with my shield, make sure everyone's safe, because that's what he does.
Hi, I'm Air Genasi. My character is Threna Stoneheart, married to Karen, settling into that comfortable life after a full lifetime of being a guard. It's time to retire, settle down, run an inn, uh, bake cookies, that sort of thing. And I found myself in this odd situation with my neighbors and friends, um, including Ulfgren.
Just before we move to Alfgren, I want to take a moment to pose a story beat for Karen and Threna, because I love the fact that these two are a married couple and stuff like that. But how fun might it be if Karen is like really upset that he has to go out and adventure after retiring, but Threna secretly hated the idea of retiring, wanted to keep adventuring. So this whole thing that's happening, like Threna's like super excited to be out and on an adventure again, but she never had the heart to tell Karen that you never wanted to retire and have an inn.
We might be able to work that in,
Mm.
or flip it. We'll have to see.
I just think that'd be a nice little quiet conflict there, like, and when it eventually gets discovered, it's like you're enjoying this way too much. We got to get back to our inn. But I want to be an adventurer.
Who would not enjoy carrying around a big giganto axe?
It's very true, very true. Speaking of those who carry big, large, and heavy implements, not one of them, in fact, a priest of Sarenrae, Ulfgren. That's like the worst segue I've ever made, but
that was smooth. That was smooth.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that.
Yes, hello. I'm Lucas, Mr. Game and Art. I play Ulfgren. He is in fact a cleric of Sarenrae. He has been out of the field for a little bit, sort of serving as religious advisor and friend to those in the town. So yeah, he's surprised that his armor still fits. He's happy to see that it does when he's back in it now. Yeah, he's super stoked to be out here too, because he enjoys being in the field and discovering new regions, and he is a bit of a collector of religious artifacts and knowledge. So he's pretty happy about where they're at right now. He's not thrilled with the way they got there, but he's happy to be here.
All right. I am Kelly. I play Satori, who works at the inn. She kind of sees Karen and Threna as they're kind of like the family that she lost when she was growing up. So she cares for them very much so. She's happy to have woken up with them here, but not happy where they all woke up. And she is accompanied oft by her very quiet, very stoic companion named Yori.
All right, fantastic. I think I accidentally broke Satori somehow. Hold on.
Yeah, I seem to be linked to when Laura speaks.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm
Oh,
talking.
right. Okay, hold on.
I'm talking now. Hello.
Okay, there we go. Hold on. I got this, I think. Huh, weird. I will see about fixing that. Was it doing it last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do remember Callie mentioning it last week. I don't know if it was out loud or in chat, but I do remember.
It was in Discord.
Okay.
Ah.
All right, try now.
I didn't want to ruin the flow, Dag.
Okay, give it a go.
Testing. Hey.
Nailed it. Done. Okay. So, yeah, so thank you very much. That is, of course, our characters. Now, before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is our lovely and amazing audience members. Guys, you are incredible. You are amazing, and we like to include you in our adventures. So, much as my audience members have already begun doing, there are plenty of ways for you to interact with the game, have a bit of fun, and play around with us. We have, of course, a number of rewards that come along with helping support the channel. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time to influence the game. Things like insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, and so much more are available at your fingertips. So go and check those out. Those are really, really good for helping out players, especially if you kind of don't have the money to help us out with, of course, the DAG survival check. Now, what's the DAG survival check, I hear you ask? Well, hey, streaming is an expense. It is a good deal of my time, prepping games, buying books, keeping subscriptions alive, all this sort of stuff. So all of the overheads go towards the DAG survival check, which you can see down below. We are at 57%. And we have a number of ways for you guys to interact with the game in a more tangible way that helps my players with the following donations. Oh no, I'm in the way. Let me shrink down a little bit. There we go. There's me being small. Okay, we have our $5 hero points, we have, yes, our hero point and our jink point. The hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. Jinx points are used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, and complicate things. These little red marks you see are the hero points, and these little purple ones are the jinx points. For $10, we have a deck of plot twists that we have here. There is a number of different narrative plot twists that I have in front of me that I will use to basically change the type of the game that we're doing. It's a really, really good way to help me keep my improv skills sharp as a game master. I also have a roll and play book, which is filled with a bunch of tables for random encounters, so we'll use that as well if you want to donate $10 for that instead of the narrative one. We then have our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, which I believe we have Cookie Mon Steve donating a hero point for each player and a nat 20 for the ex-Tanuki cousin, which I believe is in reference to our dear friend Cairn. So we have an extra hero point, so thank you.
Steve.
So thank you for that. Everyone say thank you, Steve.
We're so shiny
Thank
now.
you.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you.
Now who's going to drop a boss buff on Steve?
I would never.
Why would we do that?
I think I have.
Maybe a wandering NPC. I got to do something with my 405,000 channel
Yeah,
points.
see, there's sometimes I've wanted to, but then I see some of the other people in there and I'm just like, oh, but I don't want to be mean to them. Just Steve.
Oh, that's so cool.
Dang. Freaking
And
brutal.
and Schooly Eye, because he also is mean.
And thus
No
the
offense.
inter-party skirmish of March 2026 begins.
Yeah,
Yes, I would drop a boss buff on School Eye, though. Yeah, that is true.
That's fair. Mm.
Absolutely. We know where he lives.
I also think he enjoys chaos, though. See, so
That's true. Steve does enjoy a good lot of chaos. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is very on point. Okay, well there we go. We have that. So again, natural 20s as just donated. These little golden tokens there, they are used to basically score a nat 20 because sometimes shit needs to work, and by thunder, that's how you do it. So there you go. We then have a $50 donation, which is a boss buff, which increases the difficulty of a fight the group is facing by a very, very large amount. If you don't like the party, that's how we go about it. For $50 as well, we do have a draw from the Harrow deck. Now, the Harrow deck is a fortune-telling deck, which reads a fortune, and if our heroes either reject the fortune or accept the fortune, they will receive a boon, a secret fighting art, and a magic item from the entity within. I believe you guys are locked into the twins at the moment, but there are more. There are more. Full stop. There are more.
And there's like 3
okay.
plot twists left.
Yes. What are the plot
Something.
twists? Let's see. I feel like we had. What did I do with them?
hilarious memory, the worst day ever, and heirloom.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Where did I put them?
Well
Hilarious
done.
memory.
She needs a raise.
Yes, they do. Hilarious memory, heirloom, and what was the last one?
Worst day ever.
Worst day ever. Worst day ever. There we go. Done. All right, I got him. Thank you. Done. Okay. Oh, hold on. Hilarious memory. Arch enemy appeared. Worst day ever. Oh, yeah. This is the arch enemy now that you're dealing with. Okay, cool. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. The secret menu item for today. Okay. The secret menu item for today is going to be, for, let's see. Let's go with. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, Satori. For the secret menu item, we are going to spend $100, and I'm going to be in communication with the donator or donators of that $100 secret menu item in order to determine gods fighting for your soul.
Ooh, okay.
Now, in this particular instance, we would be pitting Pharasma up against Urgathoa for the right to your soul. That's kind of an obvious thing because obviously as a necromantic character, skirt the line of life and death. But what if there was another god? What if there was someone else also after you as well? Well, the $100 secret menu item will allow that donator to decide on one of the Pathfinder Pantheon gods who is also after you and fighting to gain your soul. And that will become a major campaign element where your character is being either smoothed or given powers or even met by other worshippers in order to try and curry your favor to that particular deity. If you wanted Akachek, we can go with Akachek. If you wanted to go with, Gorm, it might be a little trickier because, we found out what happened there. But yeah, bunches of stuff. So, there you go. Can't escape the red mantis. Yeah, I can drag Callie back to being a red mantis. Well, technically, she wasn't a red mantis in
No,
Pray
just
for
one.
Death.
Just one campaign without the red mantis. Just one. Just one.
See, now
No,
you-
Laura, all the
This
campaign.
This
Damn
one.
it.
This one.
All that
No.
campaign.
Oh, but you know what? You
Ow.
know what, Laura? You're right. You're right. We could easily just do like a Razmir and type thing where we bring in this guy who's like trying to get you involved in a pyramid scheme.
Not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's the pyramid scheme. The 31 steps to rising to the status of living god. I mean, perfect. Okay. Well, that brings us to our game time. So, what say we kick off then, shall we?
Yes.
Please, let's go.
Okay. So,
Play.
without any further ado, Rosla's Coffer is a small and unassuming town in the southern reaches of the nation of Last Wall, home to the infamous Knights of Ozum and warriors and champions, paladins alike, who stand a true vigil against the forces of the undead far to the north. Rosla's Coffer, however, has seen many dark days, not just from the efforts of the undead, but even from orcs such as those of the Twisted Nail, who managed to victimized the families of Rosla's Coffer many, many years ago. It has been some time since then, and our heroes have, our heroes and the town that they are from have recovered in very, very large ways, and we're preparing to celebrate a memorial in order to honor those who had lost their lives in the fight against the orcish invaders. But just on the night of, or the night before, should I say, the night before the festivities were supposed to commence, our heroes went to bed in their comfortable homes, but awoke entombed, each locked into a stone sarcophagus in an underground mausoleum. Signs of the Red Sheik, a group of mercenaries who worked underneath the banner of Rosla himself during the height of the wars in which he participated. Our heroes began to explore and look around, trying to not only find a way out, but understand the situation they now find themselves in. This is where our adventure begins. They also discovered these strange bug-like creatures made of bones that seem to be riding in the guts of various skeletons and the like. Also crawling out of walls and other things. They're basically just these gross bugs. Do I have a picture of one of these? They're called osteovites. There we go. There you go. Picture. Done. It's probably in my notes. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Nasty piece of work, that thing. Okay, so yeah, they found some of these things. But yeah, and our heroes are amidst a battle with some of these ostovites when all of a sudden a mysterious armored figure has emerged just in time in order to block a attack against Reese from one of these creatures. And it is amidst this battle we return. So, what say we kick into another initiative, shall we? All right, there we go. And boom, there it is. Okay. So, Reese, as you are bracing to receive a strike from one of these bug-like creatures, it rears back onto its tail and lunges forward. But only then is it met with the steel shield of this knight in heavy armor that blocks the attack. You hear the hissing sounds and the scraping noises as its multitude of legs scratch against the steel. It pushes away from you and seems to not interpose between you and the creature, but stand side by side with sword drawn ready for battle.
Reese has got knocked prone last, so he's prone as well. So he's like on the ground, and I think he'd squeezed his eyes shut, just waiting for the final blow, and then it didn't fall, and he like peeks one eye open and sees this like armored figure, and just friend.
The person in the armor doesn't seem to respond immediately, keeping eyes firmly fixed on the quarry in front of it. It says, "Verily be, what is thy name? Speak it loud and true."
He clears his throat. Reese Gwillem.
'Tis an honor to meet you, Reese of the House of Gwym. We shall converse more once these beasts have been dispatched.
Right.
All right. As he arcs himself up, we will continue with the initiative. And really quickly, thank you to Family IT Dude for the $50 donation, providing hero points for everyone, locking everyone to max hero points, which is amazing, but also giving me a nat 20 because IT's the boss, yo. Boom. Okay. We then have the top of the round. Let's go all the way back to the top here. Where is it? There we go. All right, Satori, you are up first.
Yes. So, I hadn't been able to go yet in the first round, so this is me, like, my first go.
Yeah.
Because we ended there. Just so you know why I'm, like, reacting and not like, okay, we're in this fight already, I'm ready to go. But yeah, so the first thing she's going to do, because she had her hand crossbow drawn just in case. So seeing Reese go down, seeing this creepy critter looking thing, and seeing this random guy that just showed up, first thing she's going to do is, in a moment of mild panic, fire the crossbow at the Ustavite with just kind of a... That's right. She's a dungeon delver. I'm kidding.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool. That is a strike as your crossbow bolt flies out and strikes them for 6 points of damage. You watch as the bits of bones and stuff flens off it from your first hit.
And then she will kind of mutter to herself, what am I doing? And she will sort of hum to herself, which would be an indication to Yuri to prepare to play music here while she casts Phase Bolt at it as well.
Very well. Yuri will indeed start to...
And I really missed.
Oof, yes you do. Okay, that is a magic fumble. We love these. Okay. Roll me a percentage.
I do have hero points, but 98.
98. Nothing untoward happens, I think, on a 98. No, nothing happens. You cast the spell, and it just fizzles.
Alright, so she's just going to kind of like, alright, I just need to dust myself off, it's okay. And that's her turn.
Okay, done and done. That means we go to Ulfgren.
Yes. So, having seen that this fight is not going super well, he is going to, with the weapon obviously in the shield, as best he can, sort of bring his hands together and sort of pray to under his breath slightly, and he is going to use a 3-action heal to do a 30-foot emanation to heal as many people as possible.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. As you say your prayer, who's your deity, by the way?
Sarenrae.
Sarenrae. As you say your prayer to Sarenrae, a glowing light begins to emanate from you. Roll your healing, and everyone can heal that amount.
All right, so it'll be 1d10 plus 8 is what everybody's going to get.
Okay, 1d10 plus 8.
So we'll add 8 there, and then we'll roll this. All right, so 17 for everyone.
All right, 17 points of healing as everyone feels their wounds begin to stitch up and mend. Okay.
Oh,
The creatures seem to recoil from your magic. They seem bothered by the sudden influx of holy light that seems to illuminate this area, almost like cockroaches scurrying to try and find a way to evade the light. They sort of begin to move around.
Sweet. They're not undead though, right? They're something else, I assume.
Yes, these are not undead.
Okay, cool. So they just don't like the light, basically. Got it.
Correct. Okay.
Dag, for no reason at all, how far is Yuri from from this gentleman?
How far is Yuri?
From the guy who just cast heal?
Well,
On-
hypothetically, right? If he's using it to heal, might not affect any undead creatures in the area. Hypothetically.
I believe that I would need to read up on the new channel abilities for second edition. Because the
It
heal spell-
targets
I know
all
there's
living.
rules.
It targets all living and undead creatures in the burst.
Okay, yeah. So it would be a 30-foot burst,
Schnapps.
which is just I'm gonna say just out of range of Yuri.
Okay.
Very barely though.
Yes, so Satori sees that and kind of has a momentary panic.
Yeah. So
Quietly, silently.
Yuri will pull. I'm gonna say that Yuri will pull a hand away just as it sort of gets burned at the edge of the flaming light.
Okay.
You can kind of see the back of his glove is sort of starting to smoke a little bit. Okie doke.
Alrighty.
Okay. After Ulfgren, we go to Logriz.
All right. Logos is going to take note that they seem to recoil slightly from the holy light. Something to put back into his.
Make
into
a
his little
perception
journal.
check.
Perception
Look at this
check.
guy. Look at this guy.
All right.
I noticed the thing without doing anything. This
I
guy.
have to try to interact with the last thing
I'm
that
glad
happened.
that you
Dag.
are. I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you are.
The one thing you told us.
Yeah, I know, but like other things. See, there you go.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why we do this. All right. You don't notice the the burning glove and stuff like that, but you do notice the large healing spell that just happened in front of you. If you want to start from there.
Yes. All right. With a large healing spell, Logos will notice things over at Ulfgren.
Mhm.
He's going to spin the spear that he's holding, and he's going to try to basically just thwack this centipede that's still on it. So he's basically going to spin it around and then just hit it on the ground to try to dislodge it.
Okay.
So that's an 8. Yeah. Then he's gonna try it again, I guess.
All right, go ahead. You spin the spear after that first miss. Correct yourself and bam! Manage to thrust it directly into the center of this creature's body.
Wonderful. Here you go. Have 7 points of damage.
Ooh, 7 points of damage. All right, done and done. The creature shatters into pieces as your blow lands and destroys it.
All right. Then looking behind him, does it look like our flank is secure? Does it look like Satori and Reese and this mysterious stranger can take care of the one behind him?
From a cursory glance, it should be fine between the three of them.
All right. Then he'll shout out to Ulfgren that he'll come and support Ulfgren.
All right.
So does he have enough time to move?
So what did you do? You've made 2 attacks?
Yep.
Yeah, you can move.
Wonderful. Then he'll come up to here and support Ulfgren here.
All right, fantastic. All right, which brings us then to Reese, who is amidst his rage.
So Reese, one minute he's down on the ground, quite angry about this fact, thinking he's going to die. And then a metal man shows up and bats his creature away, and he's like, "Okay, I'm going to live." And then he's suddenly filled with this magical healing energy, and he's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, I'm going to live." And he leaps up to up to his feet, and he just smashes down with his hatchet on this creature that just very nearly killed him.
All right. The hatchet goes down.
Hopefully. So I can press T. And I just rolled on it. Hang on. Come on, dice. Yeah.
All right, that is going to hit as your hatchet strikes the chitinous hide of the creature from above, and boom! With a sizable blow, you take out the
Yes.
Ostavite.
Buries the hatchet in this creature's like head. Just ugh.
Yes, you do. The creature is dead.
And then I think
Satori
he
is
just kind of
visibly-
whips around just to look like what else is going on, what's happening, kind of thing.
Right. Taking a look around, you see that Logres has dispatched one of the other ones. There are two still remaining, one next to Cairn and the other next to Ulfgren.
I think he's just going to run his movement speed to, I guess, one next to Cairn.
All right, you make your way.
Which is 25. Yeah, so then he's just going to like run over, like just probably shouting, you know. But he's got Cairn's back.
All right, very well. You move over and you take a defensive stance next to Cairn. The suit of armor begins to rush forward, taking two movements to get in front of Logres, and using his gauntlet will punch this creature in the mouth, which will miss, unfortunate. So yes, the creature sort of turns into this tiny little ball of bones that, as it is struck, is not killed, sadly. But that is the armored gentleman's turn, as we then go to Cairn.
All right. Well, Logres no longer next to me. Karen will give a dwarven guy nod over to Ulfgren for thanks for the healing, and turn and smack the one in front of him with his hammer.
Okay. With your hammer drawn, you raise it above your head, swinging
damn
it
it.
down, but the creature scurries and drops to the side, avoiding your attack.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It just kind of dropped as soon as I picked it up, but I guess that's a miss. All right. Well, hey, we missed. But hitting things is always nice. But I'm going to take my next action to remember to raise my shield.
Mm-hmm.
And as he raises it, he's going to turn towards the other one down here, number 3. That's in front of Ulfgren and the armor and Logres. And bang on his shield with his hammer to taunt that guy.
Ooh, very well. You cast your taunt. If it attacks anyone other than you,
On
it
me,
takes...
a little pony bug. And that's
Well,
my turn.
Well, now it's coming for you. Alright. This brings us to the Ostavites. The Ostavite number 1 is going to attack you as the only viable target here. He is going to start to try and use his thick mandibles to bite and chew on you. The first attack will miss. As the second attack, however, will manage to penetrate your hide, you kind of resist some of the damage, but it stings for sure.
Sorry, can I shield block that?
Absolutely. Just tell me how much you would like to block, and you may block it.
Well, I guess I think I can take all of that with my shield.
Very well, you may do so.
So that's 5 points. So I don't know.
Oh, well, sorry. You only took 4 points
Oh,
damage because you resisted one.
Okay.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So hang on. Let me see if I do shield block here. There we go. I think that should give the damage to my shield.
Okay. Done and done.
Yeah, so how does this work? The shield hardness is 5, so
So that means your shield's hardness, it won't break through the shield's hardness. You will block it, it will take no hit
Okay.
point damage.
okay, so it only takes hit point damage if it goes over the shield hardness.
Correct.
Gotcha. We're learning.
Okay. And with its third action, it will try to bite you again, because why the hell not? Ooh, a critical miss. Which I'll roll a percentage as the creature will try to do something. Ooh, an 11. Okay, that is a failure. As the tiny little Ostovite tries to bite into you, it is afraid of you. It begins to recoil at Cairn, basically just seeing this like really, really dangerous dwarf with a hammer. It just cowers in fear and gains the frightened condition. Not necessarily the thing that is going to happen to the other Ostovite. This one, however, seeing you as a danger, runs straight for you as well to help its ally. If there are attacks of opportunity from Ulfgren or Thraina, you may use them if you'd like. Or reactive strikes, should I say?
I think I do. I'm still learning her. 1 second. Yeah. So I want to take
If
a
you're a
swing at this guy.
fighter, you should, yeah.
Yeah, I am. So I'm going to take a swing at this guy with my great axe. Oh, you little vermin.
Alright, you
Yes.
swing your axe. Also, hi, Tank Hunter!
He's number 3.
And
Okay.
Grogrin. Nice to see you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoying your weekend. Okay. Oh, a solid critical hit! Boom! As you blast into this thing. That's very nice.
Eh.
For 6 points of damage, which it does take heartily.
Oh,
Hmm?
do I have to...
I don't think that's a crit damage.
No, it's not a crit damage. Did I need to do something special? I thought it would just do it, but...
It looks like you injured yourself.
Yeah, you
What?
didn't drop
Oh.
it on the enemy.
Well, and it also didn't do the crit damage. Is that why?
Yeah, because
'Cause
you,
I
so
accidentally dropped it
drop
on
the
the wrong
damage on
spot.
it first.
All right. Okay. All right. My bad. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
There we go. That's better.
Yep. Okay, and now heal the damage you dealt yourself.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Oh, I kind of hurt myself.
You did. Okay. Very well. So cool. That attack of opportunity was good. It was definitely solid. It was not bueno. You can roll a percentage to get the critical hit if you would like to as well.
Yes, please.
All right. 89. That's a good one. Okay, with an 89 on your critical hit, add an extra dice next time you do damage. Okay, very cool.
Very nice.
Thanks. Thanks, me lovely.
All right, very nice indeed. Okay, So that was the Ostavite moving. He then gets 1 bite against Grandpa Ken. Ooh, that's a good solid hit. Thankfully not a crit as the jaws bite into you. And why are you shield blocking again? How does that work? Oh,
I
because
don't
you...
know.
Hold on, I think you applied
Oh.
that. Yeah, I think that... Okay, well, either way, you
I-
figured out how to apply shield block.
I thought it would. That's it. I had to do it before it attacked for it to do that. Oh well.
That's okay. Well, now we learn. Now we know. Either way, you won't be able to block this one, and that'll be 5 points of damage. And then he will make a second attack against you before ending his turn. So he's crawled up towards your leg, and yep, that is another hit here. And boom, 3 points of damage as that second attack bites you. So this one has crawled up one leg and has started biting you. The other one sort of cowering away from you. But they are focused wholly on our guardian character, which is good because that's what they're there for. As we then move to Threna.
Threna, distressed to see Karen under attack, says, "All right, you vermin." And she's going to swing at him again.
Are you distressed?
Again.
I feel like this is his, like, you know, what's the word? Like, basic state of being, provoking things and getting smacked on.
That's true. That is true.
Don't be distressing.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I feel like at some
Alright.
point you just go numb. Just be like,
Yeah, but like they're old now, you know what I mean? They're like at the age where they have a fall and it's like, ooh. Yeah,
I mean, I can make their hit points
I
reflect
must
that.
try 240.
I've fallen and I can't get up. All right, I'm gonna
Got my
swing
medic
at him.
alert base bracelet.
One moment. All right. Hang on. I need this thing. All right. Now, Ostavite 3. Oh, nuggets.
All right. Unfortunately, the great axe, as you swing it that first time, is gonna whoosh over the top of this creature.
Little bony. One second. I'm gonna swing at him again. Come on. Oh no, the worst. I would like to use a hero point, please.
You may use a hero point.
You are very kind. Thank you, sir. Bugger.
What a shift in rolls. Remember last week when we were rolling critical
I
successes?
know. It was like really grand, and now.
Now
it's
we got
poo.
the other swingy. Yeah.
I know. It's absolute poo. Can I kick it away?
You can
an
attempt to
un-
shove roll. Yes, you can.
That's
It will still take the same penalties as your attacks, though.
Oh, yeah, so it'd be like a -1.
Minus 10.
A minus what?
10.
10?
Because you've
Oh.
swung twice. This is your third
Yeah,
action.
no, well, that's not worthwhile then.
No.
I don't really think I'm going to roll that well, so I might take just a little baby step back so that I'm tandem with Karen.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right, very well. You take a defensive step back as you see this hissing, horrible creature. All right, we then go to top of the round. Back to Satori.
All right. I can do it. 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 Here I go. Okay, and face bolt again.
All right. Once again, the drums of your companion seem to inspire you as your magics coalesce, and you fire a phase bolt directly across the field towards one of the Ostavites and strike true. Blowing that Ostavite to pieces as its bones rain down.
And
is
then for
Dead.
And then for my last action, while I'm like, yes, she's gonna reload her hand crossbow because I did not do that before.
Hmm. All right, you load your hand crossbow. All right, and that's it.
Yes.
All right, we now bring us back to the light of Ulfgren, the Saren Ray cleric. What do you do, Ulfgren?
Real quick though, before we get to that, School I pointed out my mistake before. It should have just been a 1d10 healing, so everybody needs to take off 8 points
Okay.
from that last one.
All right, everyone
I've
take
done
8
so
damage.
already.
So it would have just been the 9 instead of 17 for that. Okay, and because I was mildly distracted, what did Logris tell Ulfgren? I heard you say that, but I was helping my daughter with something.
I was like, Ulfgren, I'm gonna come support you. And then I watched as the thing skidded away. I'm like, well, okay.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something like important there, because I was like half listening and I heard my name. I was like, oh no, what did he say? All right, cool. Let's see. Oh, Karen's looking a little rough again. What do I want to do? Yeah.
Yeah, I just lost those 8 points of healing.
Yeah, I can do another heal for you. We can do that. We're gonna do the 2 action this time though, because I'm just going to focus it on him. And I can do it at range as the 2 action. And you will get the +8 for this one. So let me roll that again. See what we get. And I'm sure there's a way to target you with this, but I don't know what it is. All right. So
heal?
that will be 14.
You should be able to drop it on him.
I can.
Oh,
show
can I
because
just
have
drag
it.
it and drop it?
Yeah.
I have it with Keiko, so yeah, I can do it.
Okay,
I'll
I
mark
can do
that
that.
off. Okay, and then let us. That's 2 action. That's 2 action. Yeah, I'll just. Yeah, that'll be it for now. Actually, you know what? I can move. So let's do that. We're gonna move. Over here, behind this guy.
All right.
And that will be it.
Okay, very well. You move into a flanking position, causing the creature to become off guard as we then turn to Logres. Just one of these guys remaining.
Is this knight in front of me wearing any regalia?
Yes, he is wearing the regalia of Iomade and the Shining Crusade.
Right. I'd probably like to have a chat with him at some point, but for now, sorry. Excuse me, Sir Knight. I'm just gonna move around here. Sorry. And I'd like to make a strike against this creature.
Mm-hmm. All right, make a strike against the creature. Do it.
You know what? I'm a little bit shocked that there is an undead knight of the Shining Crusade standing next to me. That kind of freaks Logris out a little bit because it's an undead Shining Crusade knight. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be watching my back or watching my front. I'm just going to be cautious, and I'm going to completely miss my shot.
You don't entirely know if he's undead either.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm very unsure about these things, and it makes me anxious.
I feel like Logres is suddenly developing this ability to sense the undead everywhere he goes. Like he's just like, this smells like heresy.
It feels like
For the Emperor.
I am very anxious and very unsure about myself.
Oh, little bean. Okay.
That's a critical fail.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a percentage. On that one.
Of course. And 97.
Well, thankfully, your critical fail is just a little fail. It's you just miss. You don't have any big bad nasties happening to you, which is good.
Yeah. And then the last action is Logris feeling. He's looking around. He's paranoid a little bit, so he's just gonna hold off.
Okay. All right. I like it. Reese, you are up next.
Okay, so Reese is going to he blinks in surprise as was it a phase bolt that you used, Satori, that Satori used to wipe out that creature in front of Reese?
Yes.
Is it visible to everybody, or is it like an invisible bolt thing, or would he have seen just this thing
No,
shoot
phase
over his
bolt is
shoulder?
quite visible.
All right, so Reese just blinks as this bolt shoots over his shoulder and vaporizes the creature in front of him.
It phases in and out of existence until it hits the target.
Okay. So yeah, it stutters across and wipes out. So he kind of like briefly looks over his shoulder, and he's still kind of in the moment. He's hyper aware. You can see like his eyes are wide and everything like that as he's just kind of like in fight mode kind of thing. But he still whips around and looks at you, and just says, "Nice one," and then charges at the remaining creature, and takes a swing at it with his hatchet.
All right. You rush over and take a swing.
Yeah.
Nice, solid hit. Will this finish him off?
Smoosh.
And that will indeed finish off the last of these creatures. All right. The battle concluded. Victory, our heroes. As the crypt falls somewhat quiet again, the fight is over. You breathe a sigh of relief.
I feel like Reese is just panting wildly and he's looking around wild-eyed just to see if there's anything else. And then he realizes nothing. He kind of like takes several like deep breaths and just
Aaron,
calms himself
Aaron's
down.
Aaron's gonna just look over, make sure that Brianna's okay, see that she's absolutely unscathed, and go over to Ulfgren and clap him on the shoulder. Say, drinks are on the house.
Might
Next time you stop by the inn.
Might I make a slight suggestion?
Is it about this dude that none of us know?
No.
Yeah.
When Karen goes to check on Threna, let Threna have a response back. You know what I mean? Like you've set up Threna, but then moved on before Threna got a chance to say anything.
Absolutely.
I'll just sort of lean in towards him and put my head briefly on his shoulder and say, "It's all right, Pumpa. I'm fine."
Good. And clap Ulfgren on the shoulder. And say what I just said. Drinks are on the house next time you're in. Thank you, sir. I'm sure I would have made it without that.
Well, that is a mighty fine offer. I will definitely take you up on that. And then Ulfgren is going to turn to this dude that's over by Logris that he doesn't know who he is. And just sort of eye him with his shield like up a little bit, you know, like ready to go just in case.
Threna would like to step forward and just sort of put her hand reassuringly on Logris's shoulder and say, "You were very brave. You did a fine job. Who's your friend?"
Well, he's kind of dressed.
He puts a hand on Logris's shoulder and he says, Verily, though we have only just met, friend is not what I would call those who I have only just met in battle. I can speak for myself, should thou ask my own identity.
Yes, of course, sir.
My pardon, your worship. I didn't want to be familiar.
You can actually tell that his speech is very old. You know, you can kind of tell, like, you know, even older than Karen and Threna. Yeah,
That's the giveaway, the verily.
Well, I mean, keeping in mind, we're
Yay,
talking about
verily,
medieval
yay.
times. This is how you
Yeah.
guys should be speaking. So I am speaking without the modern colloquialisms to show even
Forsooth.
further back. Yeah. So so yes, he says perhaps thou'st times have changed in such ways that addressing someone directly is the impolite thing to do. But thou can call me. I have his name. God damn it.
It's a very good name.
It is a very good name. I am Adrian Strom of Iomede's. Wait, what's it called? No, freaking. Of the Shining Crusade Gods. 'Tis a grand day to have done battle with you against the foul creatures that dwell within this place. Thou art all stunned by my shining armor. Perhaps, mayhaps, I am speaking too quickly. I should slow mine candor and my words, that perhaps thou might understand me, mine words clearer.
Michael, can I do like a history check to see if I know anything about a Sir Adrian Strong?
Nay, I mean yes, you can.
Thank you. Just want to see in which way should I kind of like, should I treat him like hero worship or like he was a relatively unknown knight or something like that? Like was he particularly well known? Was he a hero during the Shining Crusade, or was he more of like an everyday knight who
Well,
just
the
kind of
moment you
turned
make
up
the
and
roll,
started?
I will be able to tell you that.
Thank you.
He's hoping to leak something, Michael.
I know, right? Okay. With the 22, yes, Logres, you are very well acquainted with the last name Strom. Adrian is much less of a is much less familiar, but the Strom household is well known to your personal house. Because long ago, Logres, you can trace your ancestors to also being members of the Shining Crusade. You have a long history of service in the glory of Razmir. However, there was a tale long ago of a small expedition that was heading out in order to battle alongside Erasnist, the former military commander of the forces of Arden during the battles against Tar-Baphon. During this period of time, Erasnist lost her life to the Whispering Tyrant. And in that period of time, your family who was there knew of the Strom household, who apparently betrayed Erasnist and led the forces that she was leading into an ambush. Ever since then, Logres, your family, managed to survive the encounter and inform the world of what had happened and transpired. Unfortunately, again, reporting the loss of Erasnist during that period was great news and a huge upheaval, but no one really recognizes the fact that your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was to be one of the greatest bearers of bad news in all of history.
So wait, so it was the Strom family who led the ambush or led the force that got into the ambush?
Both.
Oh, okay.
So they led so they were in the Shining Crusade, led the forces that they were in command of with Elaznist or yeah, I'll pronounce it right one day. Led them into an ambush and then betrayed everyone.
With that, Logos is going to kind of like take a half step back.
Duena will steady him and look at his face curiously.
He has like a rather uh, shocked expression, kind of like his face has gone like a little bit more paler.
Logris, do you recognize the name, pet?
So Adrian Strom, you said?
Yes, I am Adrian Strom, of the House of Strom. And what, pray, be thy names? I also speak, of course, to the young woman, maiden fair, what lies in the corridor of Yester Corridor.
Who is making sure that Yuri is okay and half paying attention, but she will turn at hearing them talk about someone in the corridor and say, I'm sorry? What? What?
Yeah, Yuri does look fine. He's got the drum, and like I said, there's just some slight burning on the back of his hand,
Yep.
but that's about it.
Okay. Me? Are you talking to me?
I be speaking with thee.
How can I help you?
And thy companion. Oh, it just seemed like thou had been preoccupied. I did not wish.
Yes,
I did not wish for you to miss out on such scintillating conversations. And when I said that I wished to know whomst I had done battle with this day, I wish to include yourself as well, after seeing and witnessing your mighty spells blasting these devilish vermin to oblivion.
Oh, you're very kind. I'm Satori. This is my friend. This is Yuri. Who are you? And yes, I know you said the name, so I'll assume he repeats.
He does. Yep.
Well, very nice to meet you. And does she notice that that Logris looks a little tense at this point?
I'd say it's quite obvious.
So she will, very blatant to the fact that it was in response immediately to him saying who he was. She'll look at him and she'll be like, "Are you okay?"
Strom, the family that my ancestors. Oh, were you, Sir Strom, Sir Adrian? Were you involved? And Logos will say the name of the battle because Matt doesn't know the name of the battle.
He says, the battle you speak of. Yes, that was in fact the worst day ever. I remember it clearly, as if it were only yesterday. A cowardly attack. I had been leading our soldiers, marching through the passageways of Vilik, making our way to try and scout a safe passage for our armed forces to flank the rear of Tarbafon. But alas, we were betrayed. A man whose face and whose name I would never forget sounded a signal that summoned forth the specters and ghouls laying in lurk in the shadows, tearing and ripping, bending and breaking. We could have defeated them, if not for Tarbafon himself appearing on the battlefield. We were but a mere scouting party, but fought with courage. Until, of course, Tarbafon felled our beloved goddess. We had lost hope after that. Morale dampened. But I'll remember forever the wound that I gave to that vicious traitor. I think of it fondly now. a scar upon his right buttocks. A hilarious memory indeed. As
I was wondering.
That's probably why we started.
Reese actually chuckles at that because up until this point he's really been trying to calm himself down and only been half listening to the conversation that's been going on, but at the I think just the absurdity of the buttocks comment in the midst of you know the dead bodies, and even if there are just insects around them and the tomb and that, he just it's kind of like that uncontrollable kind of like laugh chortle that comes out of him.
Okay.
It was said that it was the Strom family who betrayed Rasti.
You
Who
watch
was
as
the
he
traitor?
you watch as he gets visibly angry. He says, "What kind of devilry do you speak? The Strom family? This was not. This is a blatant lie. How dare you?" He doesn't do anything. He just kind of like just shouts and points at you. He says, "Were my sword not rusted into its sheath, I would carve you up for spreading such lies about my family."
Then, my lord, tell me what happened. Who was the one who did betray?
He mentions a name, Logres. What's Logres' last name?
I don't think I got one.
Yeah, I know. Make one.
Suggest.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Group party suggestions? Any cool ones that come to mind?
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, I said Worthington Smythe.
Smith.
Smythe. I like Smythe.
That's a bad name. That's a
Very
bad
well.
name if ever
It
I've heard
is.
one.
It is.
You have to have it hyphenated though.
Well, we're-
Worthington Smythe.
Junior.
How about Trislith?
Trislith.
Trislith.
Logres Trislith.
Yeah, I can work with that.
Very well.
Trislith.
He says, "The fiend was Edward Trislis."
No.
He says,
It couldn't
"Yes.
be.
And if I ever meet any member of that traitor's family, woe befall upon his house. His actions led to the death of our goddess, and my own death as well. I stand guard in this sacred place of Rosla, our champion and our hero, another servant who served at the right hand of the goddess Elasnist, in order to hope that one day, somehow, I will find the means to be able to exact my revenge once and for all upon that coward."
If it was any more possible, Logros' face turns even whiter as he turns away. No, that can't be right. That's not what. That's not.
That's when you
not what-
remember this, Logres. You remember the birthmark on your buttocks.
Yep, the right butt cheek.
The right butt cheek. There's a birthmark. The knight says, "Say, friend, you seem to be going. You seem to be white as a sheet."
Logros is completely like he's turned away and he's just starting to mutter to himself.
I was gonna say, if it's okay for Satori to step in here to try to save this poor man.
Sorry, I just read what Gajavita just said. You should moon the guy and ask if the mark looked like this.
Yes.
Son of a bitch! Ah! He just gets super mad.
Drano
Oh.
will pat around her gear and say, "You know, I used to always have something with me." And she'll find a flask and she'll sort of uncork it and pass it to Logres. "It's medicinal. Please take a little swig. It will help you."
I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of that.
It was very soft.
I'm gonna.
It was
sorry,
very
I'm gonna-
soft. Sorry.
I can recap a little bit, which was Threna rummages around on her pouch by her side, eventually pulling out a small receptacle. It has some of their more stronger stuff that they keep at the tavern. They offer it to you in order to steady your nerves and maybe help give some color to those cheeks.
Logos will take a small swig and then instantly splutter.
Yep, it's a sipping whiskey,
Um,
and there's a
Colonel
sipping
look at him like, no, no, lad, you gotta take a big swig. It's down the hatch. Don't taste it. Just drink it.
He looks over to you, Khan. You can see like these big puppy dog eyes looking back at you. He'll take another gulp. It probably won't work well. He'll splutter again, most likely.
Yeah, there you go. The burn means it's working.
Hisleth was the family who betrayed. Do you have any proof?
He says, "Proof, proof. The proof is that coward is the only one who survived an ambush where all were killed at the foot of Tarbathon. Who else but a traitor would run away from a battle where all their brothers and sisters in arms fell?"
Maybe he was trying to bring a message back?
Or
Gather
may-
reinforcements?
Or maybe he continued his work as a spy. I must say, friend, that for someone wearing the regalia you do, you seem an awful interested in the traitor Edward. I didn't catch your last name, friend. To whose house do you fly your banner? For whomst?
Tisleth.
Motherfucker!
Logos. Tisleth.
Surely you jest. I spent the last 10 minutes telling you of how I loathe thy family, and you would dare proclaim to be one of them? Even as a joke, this be far too cruel a joke.
Yes, it would be far too cruel a joke as well. But if my family was the one that betrayed, then I must carry a heavy cross and atone for it.
Atone for the death of a god. Thou thinkst thy measly life is worth that of the loss of our beloved Red Knight. He reaches up and he grabs you. He kind of like holds you. It looks like he's trying to draw his sword, but again, like you said, it's rusted into its sheath, so he can't quite draw it. He says, "Be it in my nature to claim your life in order to appease whatever balance of scales that may remain from your family's filthy betrayal. I would take it right now, even if by bare hand. But no, thy life is worth far less than the debt that is owed. Listen here, and listen well. I do not know what forces have brought you here, nor do I know what forces continue, but you are not in a place that you belong. And someday, in some way, this debt shall come due. And in that time, know this. I, the person whose name I just said,
Adrian Strom.
Adrian Strom. Thank you. I, Adrian Strom, hereby place a potent curse upon thee, that until thy family's debt is paid for the betrayal that lay before, I shall invoke my presence upon thee, and scrutinize thee and judge thee with all of the knowledge and virtue within my very chest. Thou may not be as cruel and wicked as your ancestor, but I shall bite back at him by creating the most virtuous of warriors. Prepare thyself, for I accept no other. And as he says that, the whole body collapses and falls to pieces. At this point in time, Logres, you are the only person who can see this. There is permanently in your vision, or just kind of off to the peripherals, a helmet belonging to Adrian Strom. It is watching your every action. It is judging your every action. It will speak to you. It'll talk back, yada, yada, yada. Think of it like a floating NPC box. But also treat him like a medieval version of Mr. Clippy. You seem to be trying to save some people from a burning building. Would you like some help with that? Basically...
You tried rushing in.
You appear to be rushing in with no forward thinking of your planning. But yes, he is going to try and guide you on the path of virtue and righteousness. And if you take any actions that are deemed unvirtuous, the curse will be enacted. The curse will have a variety of different effects. I'm gonna make a little table here with like random things that will happen. So yes, he is basically a cursed entity that will force you to behave virtuously.
Fantastic.
I feel like you just manifested imposter syndrome for Logres.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. All right. Well, that is our arch enemy plot twist.
That's
from.
fine. He can just have another layer of guilt. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yes. Anyway, like I said, this was our arch enemy plot twist from before. Now I will also provide Logres with something else as well. Among the armor is the sword that he was wielding. Now this is a very special heirloom weapon. A very special sword, which, upon completing 10 truly virtuous acts, will unseal and be able to give you a very, very powerful holy sword. So you must complete 10 truly virtuous acts. And let's call it the Sword of Virtue. So yeah, you've got 10 seals, break the seals, get the thing.
Very well. Let it be so.
Yes, Schoolia is absolutely right. This is 100% a knight's training shock collar.
Yep.
All right. Ulfgren, you're not entirely sure what happened here, but you kind of get a feeling there's some undead shenanigans going on. You might think that now that the soul is kind of gone from the armor, it might be worth blessing the armor a little bit and making sure he doesn't come back and do some more crapola.
That is a mighty fine idea. Ulfgren will put his axe away and, sort of meander on over there. And he'll take a knee and he'll do exactly that.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Make a religion check. Let's see how good your blessing is.
Alrighty. Religion. There you are. It was almost really good, and then it was really bad.
Okay. It's okay. I mean, obviously it's not going to impact the curse or anything like that, but you maybe feel like your connection to Sarenrae is a little weaker here.
Not my best work. Hopefully it'll do the job.
Okay. All right. Well, there are a multitude of ways that you guys can travel. Oh yeah, sorry. The weapon does cover the heirloom plot card. Yes, it does. Okay. There are a number of different ways you can go. There is, of course, the north, the east, the south, and the southwest.
Real quick before we leave, can Ulfgren walk over to Satori just to ask her how she and her friend are? Because he sort of stayed out. He just wants to make sure he's okay.
Yes, we actually mostly managed to stay out of harm's way.
Well, that is excellent news. Glad to hear it. Those little bugs were quite nasty.
They really were. Thank you for your whatever that was.
You're welcome. It's part of my job.
I will keep it in mind.
And if you are ever in need of comfort or healing, please do let me know.
You will be the first to hear it.
Excellent. And then he'll sort of just clap her on the shoulder and then walk toward the rest of the group and see where everybody wants to head.
Well, that was certainly exciting, wasn't it?
Sticking my neck from that. It's twisted wrong.
Do you think, and I'll point to the archway on the east of the map, do you think if we go through there, we'll actually get to see Rosler's tomb? Like his, remains, where they're kept?
Kind of crane look through. I mean, rumbling in that sarcophagus there.
I'm gonna start wandering that way.
I don't think we want to put his lid up though. That seems a little disrespectful, I
Well,
suppose.
no, I wasn't thinking of doing that.
I know you weren't thinking of that, honey.
Pampa.
I'm just being a fun. No, you know how it is.
You're always coming up with the worst case scenario.
Oh well, we went to bed last night and we woke up in a tomb
All
being
right,
attacked by
fair,
bugs.
fair. I'm not very good at wayfinding. It's been a while. Logras, have you ideas?
Oh, right. Sorry. Logos going to look in the three directions that are in front of him. Well, usually, if there's going to be some information about where we are, usually it's going to be found found in one of the more important places. Would this be like pictograms or maybe some records? If that is in fact Rosler's tomb, maybe there's something on his sarcophagus that could put us in the right direction. Maybe.
That's good enough for me. Let's go have a look. Come along, pet. I think you need some distraction. You're as white as a sheet. Are you all right?
Yeah. I'll be okay. When we get out of this tomb, it'll be better.
Is there any way
Thank
for
you.
Satori to see, like, this curse, like how, I guess, strong it is?
Make an. Do you have any spells like read aura, for example?
No. All of mine are hitty or protect myself things right now.
All right, you can't really see anything that gives
Okay.
you any hint about it. But from the sounds of it, it felt and seemed like a very potent curse for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Making your way towards the west, you find yourself in the room with the large sarcophagus. The stone walls of this room are carved to resemble hanging draperies, framing a large dais upon which sits a sarcophagus. The lid is carved to resemble a sleeping knight with long hair and a wide mustache. The room carries a faint, nauseating odor, like putrefied meat.
I wouldn't think that the smell would be so pungent after this time.
You'd think it'd be more dusty. Smells like something's been out of the larder for too long.
It does it that, Pampa. It does it that.
Why do you think that's unusual?
Well, when a body has been rest for this long? I mean, usually the meat is gone by now, right? There's nothing to leave a smell like this. He was a handsome fellow, wasn't he? Do you see anything on these engravings? I'm not making much out.
Make a religion
Ulfgren,
check.
Okay. I'm gonna actually kick it to Ulfgren. You're an educated fella. Does any of this look like anything to you?
Let me take a look. He'll sort of wander around, stroking his beard as he examines things, and I make that roll. All right, 18.
Okay, with an 18,
That's-
most of these are like sort of depictions of battles with Erasmus and the like. Sorry, not Erasmus, Alasni. I will get it right. It's such a hard one because Erasmus is the Rune Lord of Wrath, which I have spent so much of my life learning about the Rune Lords, and then Erasni is the one we're talking about. So. Again, not the Rune Lord of Wrath. At no point in this adventure are we referring to the Rune Lord of Wrath. I just want to make that clear. Broad, sweeping statement.
Rune Lord's 4 part, like
No.
What would this be like? Rune Lord 7? Rune Lord 7, dag.
No. Anyway, these depict a multitude of encounters with Alasni, where it sort of shows the various battles, fighting against the undead, even standing shoulder to shoulder with Tar-Baphon. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a lot of things you would expect to see in a knight's chamber. Things asking for blessings and the like. You can't really see much more detail than that. But yeah.
All right, and just out of curiosity, was Roslar himself a follower of Erasni?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Above the table.
Yep.
So he's going to admire the mural here, the stonework and everything. And he'll probably get lost for a minute, just sort of looking at it and taking in the beauty of it. And you'll hear a lot of, oh, interesting. Okay. And he'll just sort of forget that anybody is there and has asked him a question for a solid 5 to 10 minutes as he just sort of wanders around.
Traina's gonna lose patience with this though, and just sort of gently kind of shake him by the shoulder and say, Ulfgren, pet, we don't have time for you to take a rubbing. Do you see anything that will help direct us? Which way do we go?
Oh, right. Short answer, no, not really. It's all just sort of murals depicting the story of Erasni, the battles, asking for blessings for the departed. Nothing particularly helpful for our situation.
Check the other rooms out then.
Thank you.
And then if I could,
We have
Mhm.
over here to the left.
if I could real quick, I would like to have Ulfgren pull out a piece of paper and a piece of charcoal and take a quick rubbing of part of the mural and then shove the paper away and run back to the group.
Not a problem.
Logos, yeah. Logos probably offer you the paper. He has plenty to spare.
Also,
Sweet, love
just to be clear on things as well, you have not opened this. You have not opened this sarcophagus either.
Oh God, no! Why would we do that?
Oh, I got it.
Just so,
Oh
Just so you know.
God!
look, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just
It
saying
smells
I want it
bad.
to be
Okay.
clear you hadn't.
Mm, mm.
Indeed, we have not opened it.
No, that's correct. We
No,
haven't.
we have not opened it.
But Sartori might have different ideas.
Do, 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 do.
Okay.
You guys think he's still in there?
I mean, his bones are probably still in there.
And God knows what else. Something smells.
You're not curious as to where this smell is coming from? I'm pretty curious.
I'm actually curious to get away from it.
Aww.
Seems
Wait, no,
practical
I don't want to say
force.
that out loud.
Yeah, no. And then morbid curiosity will start to peak inside of me. And I'm like, all right, then go ahead with you. What's in it?
I don't know if I can push it. Let's see. And I'm about to get cursed. Here we go. All right, yeah, I'm gonna try to slide it up, not shove it all the way off. I'm trying to slide it open like a few inches, sort of a thing. To yeah.
All right. You do so. As you
Okay.
slide the coffin lid off, it doesn't sort of fall off or anything, but it opens enough for you to see inside, and what you see is nothing. The sarcophagus is completely and utterly empty.
There's no body?
This is probably not good. No, there's nothing in here. Well, no body or nothing.
You can open it more if you'd like to see more, but right now you see nothing.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
All right. As you open the lid, all of a sudden, a dead snake falls onto your head. The underside of the lid has knocked it loose. It basically crawled in there and died. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Story mostly keeps her cool, but it's a dead snake on her head, so she's most definitely gonna and try to, make sure it's not alive and trying to eat her head.
Yeah, no,
Her
it's not.
face.
It's just rotten meat and bones.
Oh, well, that was
Well, where the devil is Roslar?
not here.
Unless he was a snake. Surely not. No.
I feel like the coffin would be smaller if
Logris.
he was a snake.
Logris, was Rosslar able to turn into a snake?
Well, I don't recall reading anything about that. I mean, I'd feel like that's a little bit far fetched, personally.
It's something that would probably be mentioned, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I
it'd
guess
be a bit of a
it's
long
snake.
tail. Yeah. Bronzel's not in there?
No, but come look.
Tomb's empty?
Yes, it's very, very empty.
Well,
Alright,
that
I
does
doubled
that
look
does
as
beg
well.
the question, though, doesn't
Aha!
it?
I knew it. I knew you couldn't help it.
But
I'm curious.
Can I
know
tell,
you.
was that smell definitely coming from the snake, or is it seem like it's coming from somewhere else?
Definitely for the snake.
that does beg the question, doesn't it? Where the devil is
Where he
Roslar?
is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Not like he
You
could
got that,
get up and walk off on his own two legs, right?
Oh,
that would be silly, Logris.
Draenus is going to kind of give Sartori a probing look.
What a
too bad that hoity-toity jangling bag of armor fell apart. We could probably ask of him if he was still up.
This might be a puzzle that we have to solve later. Let's continue to explore.
Oh, yeah.
You were
All right. North or south?
well. We've got two to the south and one to the north. Let's hit the one on the north side and then we'll examine the two.
Oh, so yeah, Reese looks ready to inspect to the north, so
yeah,
let's
he's
go
already
that way.
halfway there.
All right.
Depending on how long this entire thing has taken, like if it's 5 minutes plus, Reese has probably already peeked his head in both of these rooms, just out of pure boredom at this point.
Well, peeking
He
is
would
not
have
gonna-
entered, but he just peeked his head in just to say, is it a room, is it a corridor? Just that, like.
Peeking your head in, they're just rooms. You can't really
Yeah.
see much more unless you go in and investigate. All right. To the north, several long slabs line the wall of this room like shelves. The shelves are pitted with what looks to be kind of like these small divots. You can't really see much from the entranceway, but the shelves contain scraps of old cloth. A few chunks of bones seem to also litter the floor in this room.
Looks like they were using this as an ossuary.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, it's not a way out.
Definitely not. Let's go check the opposite. Or did you already look in the areas?
Just a room.
All right.
Oh,
As you look into the next room, the walls of this stone room are carved to resemble an airy stable with a large stone box at the southern end of the corridor. The lid of the box is cracked and corroded as though from some sort of powerful acid. An illustration of a lean, regal stallion and the words, "No greater friend hath a man than his loyal steed," which is chiseled into the stone above the box.
well, that's fascinating. I wonder if this was for Rossler's mount. It would make sense. I'd like to explore this crevasse in the wall. What is that?
As you make your
Is
way
that actual
over,
path?
no. But as you make your way over, all of a sudden the lid flies off. As it does so, you hear the sounds of a whinny as rising up from the coffin is what appears to be a very, very large, very, very angry looking mount. However, the mount is not the scary bit. The scary bit is that much like the other ostovoids, one of these has embedded itself in the gut of Rosla's steed.
Oh, schnapps.
And is currently controlling it as the large skeletal hoof whinnies and raises its hooves up into the air, preparing to charge and trample intruders who have come into its crypt. But that is going to be a battle we will commence next week when we return.
Look at him.
All right. Guys, hope you guys had fun.
Very much.
Magnificent.
That was a lot of fun. We got through a lot of different things. We got to have a little dramatic moment with Logres and this knight, kill some ostovoids, and find out that Rosla's tomb is empty. Very, very cool. Okay, and also some mysteries about Yuri and who and what Yuri is. Like, will they find out? What will they know? Who knows? We'll find out.
He's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure he'll be fine. All right.
He's rather shy.
Very shy. Very shy. But all right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We will be back later on today for us in Australia. Tomorrow for some of you when we return for Gatewalkers in like 11 hours or something like that. Yeah. Where we're going to be continuing more of our adventures. I think our group is currently fighting Edward Riddleson, inverted commas, which is one of the big bosses. So yeah, in a big room filled with a giant vat that may or may not have a monster, that may or may not be a secret menu item to release. I mean, who knows? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe our group will have to fight Godzilla. Maybe that's what I'll do, but we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and as always, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Bye.